First, let's go to Dr. Marty Makary, who is also a Fox News medical contributor. Doctor, great to see you. You say in this piece that it's time to be honest about what is happening really with COVID in America. What do you mean by that?
Well, Martha, I think any scientist has to look at a 75% reduction in cases over the last 6 weeks and ask what's happening, because it cannot be explained by the vaccines. It cannot be explained by a sudden change in behavior. Herd immunity is not binary, Martha. It's not an all or nothing thing. And as more people get infected and as there's more natural immunity out there, there are fewer people left who are susceptible. And what we're seeing is that herd immunity has already kicked in. It's on a slope to be at very low levels of infection by April, and we add to that vaccinated immunity, we're about to see a very steep decline, and I think it's important to plan accordingly.
So you point out, and there was a UK study done on this, that one of the biggest mistakes here has been the vast underestimation of the number of Americans who've had it, because people see that 29 million, 28 million cases in America. You think that number is too low by how much?
Well, first of all, you're right. People are looking at the trackers and saying 28 million, and that's the number of people with infection. But that's only confirmed, and we've only been confirming about 1 in 4 to 1 in 10 cases. And if you live in a community where everyone has access and they get anxious and they run out and get tested, you might think, well, that most people are getting tested. Most Americans don't live like that. Most people have had major barriers to testing, and that 28 million cumulative total, it probably represents 1 in 6.5 actual infections out there. We know from the UK now and from European studies that even if you never had symptoms, you felt great the entire time, but were close to someone or exposed, or you live with somebody who had it, your T cells, which are very good immune cells, have been activated. And looking at antibodies does not capture activated T cells. There are more people with activated T cells than there are with antibodies.
All right. I mean, I just want to go back there. You just said something really big, which never gets talked about. So everybody thinks either you had it, you're one of the 29 million, or you might have antibodies because you had it, and people who have antibodies can get tested for that.